Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about one of the coolest concepts in programming. It's all about how we can give our code ingredients to make it way more flexible and honestly 1,000 times more powerful. We're basically turning a simple machine into a customizable powerhouse.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The best way to get this is to first understand a super common problem we all run into with simple code. It usually starts out as what I like to call a one-trick machine.
Imagine you bought this fancy coffee machine, but it could only make one very specific type of coffee. A medium roast, no sugar, one splash of milk. I mean, it's useful if that's exactly what you want, but it's not very versatile, is it? It's rigid, and that's exactly what a function without arguments is. It's a one-trick machine that just can't adapt.
But don't you worry, the solution to this whole problem is a concept that you and I use every single day. Seriously, you probably don't even think about it.
Yep, the humble microwave. It is the perfect real-world example of a super flexible machine. Think about it. Its core job is just one thing, heating, but it can handle all sorts of different things to get totally different results.
So the key idea here is something called an input. An input is just an ingredient that your machine needs to do its thing. For our microwave, the most important input is, of course, time. You have to tell it how long to run.
And the process is always the same, right? Step 1, you provide the input. You punch in 1 minute. Step 2, the microwave does its thing. It runs the heating process. And step 3, you get your result, warm food. But here's where the magic happens. If you change that input in step 1 to, say, 5 minutes, you get a completely different result. Same machine, different outcome, all because of that one little input.
All right, so that makes total sense for a microwave. Now, let's see how we can translate this simple, everyday idea directly into Python code. It's easier than you think.
So in the world of Python, that ingredient or input we've been talking about, it just has a fancy name, an argument. That's it. It's the exact same idea as the time you give a microwave, but it's for our code. You can think of it as a direct translation. For the microwave, our input is time. For a Python function, our input is called an argument. But they're doing the exact same job. They are the special instructions that tell the machine what to do.
And this is what it actually looks like in code. See, when you define a function, like say hello, you put a little placeholder for your argument right inside those parentheses. In this case, name is our argument. It's our special ingredient.
Now this tiny little addition, adding an argument, this is what unlocks the true power of functions. It's the key to making your code reusable, super efficient, and honestly incredibly powerful.
Just look at this in action. We call the exact same function, say hello, but we give it a different ingredient each time. First, we pass in Alex, then we pass in Priya. The function's logic never changes, but the output, it's perfectly customized for each person. How cool is that? And here's the crucial point. The efficiency gain here is just massive. You write the main logic just one time, but you can use it over and over and over again for 1,000 different people or 1,000,000 different numbers. And that really shows you the sheer scale of it. This isn't just some neat little trick. It is a fundamental part of writing good code. One small piece of code can suddenly have thousands, or even more, potential uses. All right, you've seen how it all works. I think you're ready. It's time to put this new knowledge to the test with a quick little challenge. Let's see what you've got. Okay, here's your 30-second challenge. Take a look at the function on the screen. Now, if you were to call that function and give it the argument 10, what is the computer going to print out? Take a second. Think about how that ingredient flows through the machine. And the answer is 20. If you got that, fantastic job. You're already thinking like a programmer. So let's quickly break down why. It's pretty straightforward. First, the number 10 gets passed in as our argument. Then, the function stores that 10 inside its little internal variable, which we called number. And finally, it just does the math. It prints the value of number times 2. Simple, logical, and really powerful. And just like that, you've totally nailed a core concept in coding. You now know how to take a simple, one-trick function and turn it into this flexible, customizable machine that can handle whatever you need it to. So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that your functions can take all sorts of ingredients, what powerful new code machines are you going to build? The possibilities are really endless. If you found this explainer helpful, let us know. We'll see you in the next.